So I was just chilling tonight, and I heard about Michael Angelis. Yeah, he died today at the age of 68, and I was not expecting it. I mean, honestly, you grow up with someone who entertains you at a young age, and you just don't expect that one day they'll be gone. I mean, it's like looking at people when George died in 2008. I mean, he was in good health if you look at his last shows, and then gone like that. It's not something you can expect, really. So I was stunned silent when I heard it. And I mean, he's been entertaining me since the mid 90s. I mean, I grew up with Ringo Starr. I mean, he was the first one I saw. I mean, I own one, two, three, four, five videos of him. I thought he was the only one. And then I heard him in children's preschool compilations. I mean, it was just Trust Thomas at that point. I didn't hear much of a difference. I mean, they're both from Liverpool, and from what I've heard, Mike actually lived just a few streets away from Ringo, about half an hour away. So they're both from the same area of Liverpool. So they sound somewhat similar. And then I heard Escape, I heard Trust Thomas and other stories, and it never occurred to me. And then season 5 came out, and obviously there was no credit for him in that. But season 5 was his peak. That was when he was at his best. And I get a lot of shit for this, but I do maintain he is my favorite narrator, or was my favorite narrator in this entire series. He is the only narrator who can beat out Manfred Stefan, as far as I'm concerned. Manfred was the German narrator for the first 5 seasons, and he is my favorite foreign narrator and my second favorite. And Mike is the only one who could beat him, because Mike was he entertained me. He did the best job he could. And then season 6, well, he was meant to be in the Magic Railroad as well, but I didn't find that out until about 2010 at the very earliest. And then season 6, season 7, they all came out. He was still great. He still entertained me. Yeah, because season 6, he was just as good as season 5. And then season 8, season 9, and all that. And then that's when Hit took over, and he became slower. People criticized him for that, but honestly, he did the job for me. He entertained me to no end. Because think about it, it's a children's TV show. It's down to him, or it was down to him, and like it was down to Michael, Brandon, George, Alec, Mark. It's their job as narrator to keep the kids grasped and keep them entertained and focused. And Mike did it for me, honestly. He had the power to keep me watching. I mean, he did that from season 3 to season 16. I mean, that was 1991 to, oh God, until 2012, I think. That's 20 years he stuck at it. I mean, knowing Hit Entertainment and Ghislaine beforehand, they probably did a year by year. They did a 1 year contract each time, because they never knew what they were going to do from year to year. And Mike stuck around. That is quite impressive. Oh, I mean, I knew him from that, and then when I did his narrator showcase, I hadn't seen him in anything, and then I found out he was in the bill, and I had to watch that entire episode, and he's quite entertaining in that. And then I saw him in No Surrender, that dark comedy from 1985, and then that was. See, he had the best scenes in that movie. I couldn't follow the plot to save my life, but he had the best scenes in that movie. So yeah, I maintain he was a great actor. Easily my favourite narrator in terms of Friends. He did the job, because he started great. People loved him in season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Entertainment came around, he slowed down. I mean, even in the railway stories, he talked quite slowly. But honestly, I liked his take on it. I mean, he wasn't as original as Johnny Morris, obviously, because he did his own sound effects. But Mike did the job for me. He was what I wanted in a narrator. He was what I wanted in a narrator. So yeah, he entertained me, and it's sad that he's gone now. like I said, it's not something you'd expect. I mean, honestly, if when Ringo dies, that's going to be a real shock to me. I mean, Ringo and George, they've inspired me in real life, beyond Thomas and Friends, obviously. But when it comes to that narrator role, I loved Mike's narration. I loved his voices, James and the Fat Controller especially, and Duncan and Donald and Douglas. And honestly, I even have a bit of a soft spot for his Percy voice from, I think it was Calling All Engines onwards. When he gets all nasally, I have a soft spot for that. And even when he redid season 6 and he made Gordon a bit more gruff and a bit more, I like that as well.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Chuff Gordon crossly. Why the rush, Gordon? Asked Thomas.
If I must pull trucks, then I'll show Salty how an express engine pulls trucks.
Yeah. So I maintain he is my favourite narrator, and it's sad that he's gone now. Oh, and I've referred to him every time. Whenever I talk about him, I praise him to no end, and I stand by that. And every time I talk about him, I make that joke with the bill. I don't know why. It started with Chronicles of Gondor. You know, I needed a clip to illustrate why that this was the first time I'd heard him, and then I needed something there visually to illustrate a point that, you know, this is who I was dealing with now. And then every time I referenced him in GT and Video Memories, I used the same clip. I don't know why I did, but, you know, it's a running joke at this point. Oh, so we might as well do it one last time for him. Rest in peace, Mike.
His name's Nigel. Dr. Nigel Botterill. I'll get you the details.